Hey there ninjas, this is Pegasus177 and you are watching How to Be a Black Ops 2 Ninja. Today we are looking at the map Turbine. Now this upload is going up a little late, but that is because I had a couple of things to deal with, guys, and unfortunately I could not get to my uploads in time. We're going to look at this map anyway. This map proved a little bit tricky for bomb spots, but we're going to show you a good few that we found more, but they turned out to be a little bit harder than I expected them to be, so we left them out. But you can always get in contact with me and I might include them in the revisit video. So let's get cracking on here. Starting off from spawn, we're going to start off with the B bomb. One of my most used hiding spots is to run right up here. Be in mind that if you have a smoke grenade, sometimes it might be wise to throw it up there along the ridge in front of you, but you can get away with it right in here and go right into this little bush. This is a great little spot because it allows you to see up on top of the knockdown turbine, see if anybody is trick shotting, and you'll also be able to hear if somebody tries to plant behind you. One thing I will say about this is if you get brave enough to take a shot at somebody from far away, be sure that you move out of the bush, especially with a ballistic knife, because it actually gets stuck in this bush. As you can see right there, the blade is right in front of me, so it might be wise to move out of it. You can see the blade there keeps getting stuck. Move out a little bit before you take a shot. Might even be wise to go a little bit further just until you're clear of it and you're outside of it. There you go. When you do hear somebody planting, it's nice and easy to get into the bomb site. Another option is come over here, lie down against the wall and move right back until you see this blue toolbox coming through you. This is a nice little hiding spot too. A lot of enemy don't spot you here. They come down over that little gap up in the top right, or they come out the doorway. Some even come up the stairway to your right and they don't spot you here. Go plant the bomb and don't even notice you. I see a lot of people coming into this corner as well. I don't personally use it and I always check it myself, but maybe that's just me. But I do see a lot of people using this, especially with a riot shield or an assault shield, and it can be effective. I can see it being pulled off. It has been pulled off. You can stay out of the bomb site area over here next to this rock. Lie down right here, you can see up onto the platform, but most people won't spot you lying below. This is a pretty good spot. The only thing I would say is to watch the windows up overhead in case anybody may actually spot you, and watch maybe that ridge up there to the right. You can also go inside the building. Now a lot of people lie over on the right. I stay on the left in this bin bag. The reason for that is because there is a light shining down on the right and it makes you very visible. At least if you're on the left, you're in a bit of cover and you can always move out to see the far side of the bomb that you cannot see when you're against the wall. You can also come up here. I have seen this being pulled off. I have not done it myself, but I have seen it being pulled off. You can get on top of this box, and I saw somebody lying out here and nobody actually spotted them. They moved right into the bomb site and planted, and my buddy came right down, got the ninja defuse. I could not believe he wasn't seen here, but it does work. Okay, let's go on to the A bomb. The A bomb is kind of in a secluded area, but it doesn't allow for many hiding spots. One of my favourites is to lie in here into this cactus. This is good because you're fairly close to the bomb. It's the closest you can get and be able to hear it. You cannot see it obviously, but if you leave the gap there between the cactus and the rock, you'll see enemy moving in towards it. You can also go over here on this far side and lie into the broken piece of the rock. This can leave you slightly visible. It is a bit more risky, but it does allow you some visibility onto the bomb. Just be careful if you do use it. Another option is to come back here and stop short, lie in at an angle into this bush. This is pretty good, especially if enemies flank around and come from behind you, because they don't spot you here and run out past you onto the bomb site. As you know, a lot of enemies like to come through the middle or else come down along by B and then flank around back to A. You can also stay outside the bomb site area and go around the far side of the rock. When I do this, I normally lie in here behind this piece of rock just before the jeep. Enemy will normally cut back in or else come out of the gap in the rock. If they do come out, they normally don't spot you here, they run out past you. And if they do cut back in, you will hear them going in. You're also close enough that if you have a good headset, you'll be able to hear if somebody plants the bomb. You stay over here by the jeep as well. This will allow you a small line of vision into the bomb site area. You won't be able to see the bomb site, but you'll be able to see anybody who comes this side of the tower towards it. You lie in here into this cactus, but I don't use it too often. And one I see a lot of people using is to come over here against this wall and lie right back in here into the brush. This can be pretty useful, it can be pretty effective. A lot of enemy can run in past you here without spotting you. It's a fairly shaded area, and it does work. And if you want to see the bomb site, or if the enemy are after flanking around, you can always come back over to this side, and this gives you a bit of concealment too. And one last one, guys, if the game is after moving on a bit and the enemy are after flanking around, I normally come over here to the back of this cacti. This allows you good vision into the bomb site and keeps you well concealed. A lot of enemy won't spot you here. Move into the bomb site and plant the bomb without noticing you. Okay, let's move on to a few bomb spots. First one I'm going to show you is right here on the A bomb, on the B bomb. Now one thing I must say is that finding the bomb spots for this map was really hard, but we got a few of them for you, so I hope that you can make use of them. Now turn around once you wedge yourself in here against the stairs, and see this piece of rock? Laying your combat axe right up there with the bottom reticule, or the top reticule just touching on the crack in the rock. This takes a nice little bank, goes up and over, you're fairly well secure and sealed, you're well off from the bomb site, and it takes a nice little path. Just catches the very corner of the building, right there, and it comes right back in onto that short face of the bomb.
Switching sides.
Next one I'm going to show you is on the A bomb. It's going to flank right there into the center where Insidious is lying. It's going to be slightly right of center. We're going to put it about here. This one is pretty hard. This one took us a long time to fine tune and get right, but it is a nice one when you do pull it off. And what you do is go back here, and see this piece of rock? If you walk in here, you kind of wedge into the rock right there. You kind of wedge in, you can't go any more forward. Look all the way up at the turbine, line it up with the front line of the turbine right there, and then bring it up a little bit, just up about the height that I brought it there. It takes a really nice high bank. It takes a little while to hit him, but it looks pretty cool in the kill cam.
Search and destroy.
Next one I'm going to show you is on the A bomb again. You're going to plant right here in the dead center. It's planting the bomb right in here, and this one you're actually going to go all the way over to the B bomb for. And this one can actually be reversed. I'll show you the reverse of it too in a second. But you're coming all the way back over here, and the stairway here leading up to the B bomb site, you're going to sit right in here, crouch down. Probably want a sniper for this just to get your measurement exactly right. Tried it without it, and 4 out of 5 times it's going to miss. So just once you have your measurement exactly right, this one goes up and over the whole map, comes right down onto that short face of the bomb. Now this next one you're going to plant right in the center of the B bomb right here, and you're going to come all the way back up here, climbing up these rocks, you're heading over this way towards the jeep. Climb your way up here, and when you get over to the jeep you're going to climb into the back of it. You're going to get right up here into the corner of it and crouch down. Again, I'm just using the sniper to fine tune this, make sure I have a dead center. When you do have a dead center, it's just a straight up and over.
Good job, SEALs. Get ready for the next round.
As you can see, this one goes all the way up and over the map again. Comes right down onto that long face of the bomb right there. This next one is a ballistic knife one. We got a few of these, but they were pretty hard to give instructions for it to hit. One of them, you're going to lie right here, you're going to plant right on the corner of the B bomb, right there where you're firing the ballistic. And this one, you're going to have to go all the way back up. I'll show you this now. You're going to go all the way back up to your own spawn, up to the attacking spawn. And Insidious is giving me looks, but yeah, it's going to be right there anyway. And going to go all the way back up to your own spawn. I should probably have fast forwarded this part, but anyway. Coming right around here of the fuselage of this broken down turbine, and you're going to line yourself up at the center of this tree. When you have that done, you're going to look all the way up, and using your sniper scope, line B up at the bottom of the screen. When you have it, you fire your ballistic knife blade straight up into the air. I think I actually was slightly off with the first one. Just make sure that it's dead center. Immediately fire the blade once you're looking all the way up and you have it lined up at the center. Because of the sway, it can throw it off a little bit. Just make sure that you immediately fire. This is really nice one too. It goes all the way up and over the map. Comes right down onto that corner of the bomb, just missing the rock right there, and comes right down onto that little corner of the bomb.
Switching sides.
And that's it for this episode, guys. Next up we have Yemen, which is the final map of the DLC. We'll then be revisiting them all. If you liked the video, please hit that like button. Remember, you can follow us on any of the links below. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope this helped you out. Enjoy it, and peace.